Okay, so today we will discuss about the measurement of soil erosion using the runoff plot. Okay. So soil erosion means the detachment of the soil particle from the field, and that soil particle is transported and deposited at some other places. So how you can measure that how much soil is eroded from your field? Okay. So there are two for the measurement of this soil erosion. There are two ways. One is using the mathematical equation. You can calculate the soil erosion, or second is using the some device, some instrument through which you can measure the soil erosion from any field, whether it is a small or any big field. Okay. So using the equation that is known as the Usle equation, that is a very famous equation, Usle universal soil loss equation. I will teach you in the later classes. So with the help of that equation, you can calculate how much soil can be eroded from any particular field. Okay. Second method is by using the some instrument or some device, you can measure the soil erosion. Okay. So here in this topic, we will discuss the runoff plot, which are one of the way to measure the soil erosion. So by the end of this topic, you will able to know about how the soil erosion can be measured using the runoff plot, and how many types of runoff plots are there, and what is the size, what are the different categories of this plot, and what are the how you can select the site for any runoff plot where you have to make the runoff plot, and different instruments on using during soil erosion measurement we will discuss here, and how you can maintain the runoff plot. Okay, and what are the different problems which are associated with this runoff plot. We will discuss about all these things. So runoff plot, it is a structure which are used to measure the overland flow. Okay, and thus it is used to measure the soil loss under control conditions. Okay. So these runoff plots are constructed directly in the field. It is nothing but it is a one area of the field, a small area of the field, that is known as the runoff plot. So these runoff plots are constructed directly in the field for erosion or soil loss studies. These are cropped with the crops taken into consideration for a study. Also, the soil type and slope of the plot can be changed as per requirement. The size of the plot should The size of the plot should ideally be as large as the estimated size for the project. Okay, the plot may be the small or plot may be the large. The smaller runoff plots should be avoided because the result obtained from this type of plots are rather misleading. It will not give the correct data of the soil erosion or soil loss. Okay. So runoff plots are extensively used for erosion or soil loss studies. Now we will see the types of runoff plot, how many types of runoff plots are there. So basically there are three types of runoff plot. First one is runoff plot with natural rainfall. Okay, and second is runoff plot with artificial rainfall facility, that is also known as the rainfall simulator. And third is bounded or unbounded runoff plot. Okay, so three types of runoff plots are there which are used to calculate the soil loss from the field. Runoff plot with natural rainfall means here the studies will be taken with rainfall which is naturally occurring. Okay, natural rainfall. With the help of natural rainfall, we can study the how much soil loss is uh, there in that field. Okay, second is runoff plot with artificial rainfall facility. Okay, because at rainfall will not occurring in the all over the year. So what the people do, they make the artificial rainfall facility. That artificial rainfall facility is known as rainfall simulator. Okay, it is resembled like a natural rainfall. That is the artificial rainfall facility or rainfall simulator. Third is bounded or unbounded runoff plots. Okay, so first is runoff plot with natural rainfall. Runoff plot with natural rainfall. The runoff plot with natural rainfall are simple in construction. These are constructed as per design norm and in proper size, and these are constructed in open field. The soil and other parameters like slope and vegetation are changed in the runoff plots as per need. Okay. So you can change the slope of the plot, you can increase the slope of the plot. Okay. Okay. So the runoff plot with natural rainfall. The runoff plot with natural rainfall are simple in construction. These are constructed as per design norms and in proper size in open field. The soil and other parameters like slope, vegetation, uh, etc. are changed in the runoff plot as per requirement. The generation of data with such type of runoff plot is depend on the rainfall occurrence, because this is the depending on the natural rainfall. Okay, so these dependence, which are dependence on the natural rainfall, it is considered as one of the main demerit of this type of runoff loss. Okay, so you can do research if there is a rainfall. If there is no rainfall, then you can't calculate how much soil is lost from your field. Okay, so this is the one drawback of this type of runoff plot. Okay. Now, second is runoff plot with artificial rainfall facility. Okay, so the runoff plot with artificial rainfall facility is very common for research studies. These plots are equipped with rainfall simulator. Rainfall simulator is a device which are used in which the rainfall uh, will be there in the form of natural rainfall. So these plots are equipped with rainfall simulator. The rainfall simulator facilitates the artificial rainfall on the plot area, and also you can decrease or increase the rainfall intensity. So this facility is there in the rainfall simulator. So at what rainfall intensity, how much soil loss is occurring, or you can know at what slope and what rainfall intensity. So everything you can know with the help of rainfall simulator. So in rainfall simulator, there is a provision to simulate the rainfall of different intensity. So as a result, the impact of rainfall of various intensities on runoff and soil erosion or soil loss can be easily evaluated on desired soil types and soil stiffness. Also, with this type of runoff plots, there is no waiting of rainfall occurrence. So this is one advantage in comparison to the previous one. However, the simulator imposes limitations. Of heavy expenditure of money for using on large size runoff plots. So if there is a small area, then yes, you can. If you are using the simulator, then you will there will be less cost. But if the runoff plot is large, so you have to make large simulator, so it will cost more. So the simple and cheaper simulators are restricted to small plots of few square meters area only. So this is the disadvantage related to this rainfall simulator or artificial rainfall facility. Otherwise, it is better than the previous one. Okay, and in every research field, this type of facility is available for calculating the soil loss with different intensity, or you can calculate the soil loss from different sloping area. So everything you can calculate to this artificial rainfall facility. Now, third type of runoff runoff plot is bounded or unbounded runoff plot. So the bounded runoff plots are constructed with a well-defined boundary. This type of runoff plot facilitates the measurement of runoff and soil loss both from a fixed area. The measured value of runoff or soil loss data can be extended for larger area by multiplying the unit value of a measured parameter with the area. So these plots can also be equipped with a rainfall simulator, or at the some plot cannot be equipped with rainfall simulators. Okay, so both type of facilities are available. Second type is unbounded runoff plot. So here, unbounded runoff plot have no well-defined boundary. That is, their area is not fixed. So such type of runoff plots are usually referred as Garlack trough. This is our innovator who developed this unbounded runoff plots, and the name of this unbounded runoff plot is also known as the Garlack trough after the inventor's name. So these runoff plots consist of collecting unit called gutter, which is laid into the soil surface and connected to a small container at downstream side for collecting the sample. So these gutters are constructed with the design specification. So this is the bounded or unbounded runoff plot. So these are the types of the runoff plot. Runoff plot with natural rainfall, runoff plot with a rainfall simulator, that is the artificial rainfall facility, and bounded or unbounded runoff plot. And these runoff plots are used to calculate the soil loss, measurement of the soil loss from any area. Now the size. What should be the runoff plot size? So the size of runoff plot may vary from 1 meter square to 10,000 meter squares. Okay. So this size of the runoff plot is decided on the basis of purpose for which they are using. So this size of the runoff plot is divided into three categories. First one is the micro plot, second is a small scale plot, and third one is large scale plot. So these are the some categories of the plots: micro plot, small scale plot, and large scale plot. Now the micro plot. First category is micro plots. The size of the micro runoff plot varies from 1 to 2 square meter. These runoff plots are suitable for very simple studies and conducting the research trials for making comparison between two treatments. Treatment means treatment means suppose there is a field. So if in that field soil erosion is taking place, actually we are study about the soil, the measurement of the soil erosion, how much soil will be eroded from any field. So we can calculate that soil loss. Okay, but suppose if from any area the soil loss is taking place, soil erosion is there. So you have to give some measures, conservation measures to control the soil erosion. So that conservation measure is known as the treatment, like bunding. If the soil erosion is taking place from any area, then you will provide the some bunding or control bunding or graded bunding, or you can use the terracing. Okay, you can using the broad-based terrace, bench terraces. Okay, so these types of measure is known as the treatment. Okay, so these runoff plots, micro plots, are suitable for very simple studies and conducting the research trial for making comparison between two treatments. Okay, means which treatment is sufficient, which treatment is best for these areas, whether bunding is sufficient or terracing is sufficient. Okay, so you can compare these two types of treatments on these microflots. So in other words, such plots are suitable for conducting a small scale research work. For example, to demonstrate the effect of vegetation on runoff or the effect of vegetation on soil erosion. Okay, so all these things you can check, but the accuracy in measured data is not so good with such type of runoff plots. These plots can also be used for a study of slope steepness or length effect on soil erosion and splash erosion. These are the cheaper and simple in construction, and it could be used for the field level investigation. So this is the microplot. Second is a small scale plot. So the small scale runoff plots are usually in the size of about 100 square meter area. These are most commonly used for runoff soil erosion or soil loss based trials on cropping practices, cover effect, rotation, and those practices which can be applied to a small plots as it would be on field scale, and where the effect is expected to be unaffected by the plot size. So size, the small scale plot, the size of the original size of this plot is 6 feet as the width and 72.6 feet is the length. Okay, means area will be 0.01 acre. So these runoff plots are not found appropriate to evaluate the effect of channel terraces, bench terraces, or any other mechanical measures of soil erosion or soil loss control. So this is a small scale plot. Now the third category of the plot is large scale plot. Okay. So the size of these plots is about 1 hectare, means 10,000 meter square. So the large scale plot, the size of these plots is about 10,000 meter square. These are suitable for evaluating the effect of any type of treatment that cannot be applied accurately in micro runoff plot or a small runoff plots. So in every type of treatment you can use on this large scale plot. So since size is very large, therefore the treatment like terracing or bunding can be accurately applied to study their effect on runoff and soil loss. Also, the tillage operations using heavy machineries such as tractors can also be performed on these types of plots. So, in other words, you can say it is fully possible to use all cultivation practices and farm operations in such type of runoff plot. However, the major source of error in such runoff plot is leakage of water. Leakage of water across the plot boundaries. So to eliminate these problems, these plots are constructed with a low height concrete boundary. So this is the large scale plot. So here we have seen the three categories of runoff plots. First one is micro plots, micro runoff plots. Second one is a small runoff plot, and third one is large scale plots. Okay, all these things, among all these plots, this large scale plots is the most suitable. Here you can check the soil erosion using the different types of treatments, like by using the terracing, by using the bunding. Okay. So this is the large scale plots. Now the collecting unit. Okay. So after the runoff, after the soil erosion, that sediment will collect uh, at some point. Okay. So at that point, the collecting unit is there. So this collecting unit is an important component of a runoff plot. The function is to collect the data on runoff and soil loss generated from the plot area due to the rainfall. Okay. So that rainfall may be the natural rainfall or maybe the artificial rainfall. Artificial means by using the rainfall simulator. The size of collecting unit depend on the plot size. If there is a big plot, large plot is there, then you have to make the bigger collecting unit. If less, if micro plot is there, then you have to construct the small collecting unit. So for a plot of 2 meter by 2 meter size with 100 rainfall, it needs collecting tank of 320-liter capacity, whereas for the plot of 5 meter by 20 meter size, the required size of the collecting tank is about 8,000 liters. So if large size of tank is not manageable, then in that condition, uh, then to fulfill the requisite capacity of the tank, more than one tank should be constructed in the series. Okay. These are the 2 points which you must be taken into consideration while designing the size of the collecting unit and capacity of the collecting unit. These points are: first, it must be capable to handle the maximum probable flow rate, and second, must be capable to store the maximum probable runoff quantity. Okay, so these are the 2 points which you should consider while designing the size and capacity of the collecting unit. Now the site selection for a runoff plot. So site should be good. The construction site of runoff plot plays very important role regarding the collection of needful data and data authentically. These are the some points which you have to consider during the selection of the site for the construction of a runoff plot. So first point is the site should not be selected, especially where susceptibility of reel formation, reel erosion is there. The chances of reel erosion is there. So in that area, in that point, you should not construct the runoff plot. Second point, the soil of construction site should not have cracking problem. If cracking is there, then the runoff may be infiltrate inside the soil. Okay, so you will not measure the correct amount of soil loss. Third point, at construction site, there should not exist gullies, which is crossing the plot. Okay. Fourth point, there should also not be the depression in that plot, in that area. The soil gradient along the plot should be regular. There should not be undulating area where you are selecting the plot. There should not be undulating area. There should be the, if the slope is there, then that slope should be uniform, and that area should be free from local depression. So these are the some points which you should consider during the selection of a site for constructing of runoff plot. Okay. Now the construction of a runoff plot. The following steps are followed for constructing the runoff plots. First, so first step is select the suitable site, adopting proper guidelines, which we have discussed in the last slide. Second, demarcate the dimension of runoff plot to be constructed on the ground surface. Third point, erect the boundary using the suitable material. The stone, bricks, etc. can be suitably used for this purpose. However, better result, the boundary should be constructed with some depth of foundation. Also, for better result, place metal sheet or wooden planks around the plot to stop the water in coming into the plot from outside area. The seed must be driven into the soil for at least 15 centimeter depth. So why this type of activity we are doing? Because we have to obstruct the flow of water, flow of outside water should not come in that plot. If the outside runoff will come in this plot, then the data will be changed. Okay, so we have to obtain the correct data. That's why we are doing this type of activity. Third point. Fourth, at the lower end of the plot, provide a gutter to collect the runoff. The gutter should have the gradient about 1% towards the collection tank so that all the runoff water can go easily through the gravity force to the collection tank, from the plot to the collection tank. Okay. So here there are three systems. One is the runoff plot. After the runoff plot, there will be the gutter, nali type ka, and after the gutter, there will be the collection tank. Okay, and in that collection tank, all the soil will be deposited. Fifth point, you should take into consideration the backfill and compact the soil around the gutter. 6. To allow a smooth flow of water from the plot into the gutter. Construct an apron between the gutter and the lower end of the plot. The other point, construct a collecting tank of suitable size at the lower end of the gutter. The tank may be constructed using stone masonry, bricks, concrete blocks, or sometimes in the form of buried barrel.
हेलो सर.
The tank,
सर टाइम ओवर हो गया सर.
10-50 तक है. The
लैब है सर
tank
आज.
should be covered. The tank should be covered to protect evaporation loss and direct rainfall. And also, you have to install a rain gauge for measuring the rainfall data. So these are the some points which you must consider during the construction of runoff plot. Now the instrumentation. So these are the instrumentation means the device which are used to calculate the soil loss. So these are the some device, these are some instruments. The following instruments are mainly required to accomplish the task related to runoff plot studies. What are those devices? Rainfall simulator. Second is multi-slot divisor, and third one is flume. Okay, so these are the three instruments which are used to calculate the all other tasks. So these instruments are very sophisticated type. Therefore, they require a routine care and maintenance. If these instruments become out of order due to some unforeseen reason, then they need to be sent elsewhere for their repair. In meantime, there is possibility of getting loss of data recording. So that's why you have to care and maintain these types of instruments. Okay. If it is not functioning, then you have to send to other places, and in that places during that interval you will not able to get the data. Now, care and maintenance of runoff plot. So a proper care and maintenance of runoff plot is very important to keep the plot in proper order for a longer duration. Also, a well-maintained runoff plot provide more accurate result as compared to the not maintained runoff plot. Okay. So what are the maintenance point here? So on continuous use of runoff plots, the volume of soil filled in the plot get reduced. which causes the bad effect on observation. The slope of the topsoil surface in flood also get disturbed because of the repeated flow of water. So this needs formation of requisite slope after each rain event. Third, in runoff floods, due to occurrence of soil erosion or soil loss, the topsoil surface becomes stony or covered with roots of plants, and also it makes erroneous result. This also needs immediate removal from the plots, this type of vegetation or stony structures. Other point, if there have been developed several reels in the plot, then they should also be level. In off season, when collection of observation is not there, then there is possibility of development of holes by rodents in that plot area. So this causes destruction of runoff plot. Such type of defect must be removed immediately. Also, the boundaries of runoff plot get destroyed if proper care is not taken. If there is any defect in the boundaries of plot, they should also be immediately removed. So these are the some points you should uh, care. You should to take care and maintenance of runoff plot. Now, problem associated with runoff plot. What are the problems which are coming with the runoff plots? So first problem, the runoff plots are expensive because of involvement of heavy expenditure of money in their construction, maintenance, and operation. In order to collect accurate data on any parameter, skilled staffs are required so that it could be recorded properly. So for well functioning of this runoff plot or to collect the accurate data, we have to appoint skilled staffs. Third problem is the construction of runoff plot should be at easy access location so that a proper care and maintenance could be done on time. And also the recorded data by the deputed staff could be checked time to time by the scientist. The fourth problem associated with runoff plot is the facilities like operating a staff, laboratory facility, etc., are essentially required for handling the sample and performing other miscellaneous work associated to the runoff plot based runoff soil loss studies. The other problems are the application of agronomical treatments in runoff plots for a study purpose is very difficult. Agronomical treatment means like uh, contour, contour cropping, strip cropping, buffer cropping. Okay, so these types of treatment is difficult with the runoff plot. Other problem, the collection of soil loss data from the runoff plot is problematic. There is possibility of huge scopes for occurrence of fouls and error. The other problems, like in open field, the tillage operations using implement is not possible to perform in the runoff plot. As a result, the soil environment which exists in natural field does not exist in the runoff plot. Okay. This causes erroneous observations as compared to the collected observations in actual field condition. So this is one problem. The next problem is the application of treatments related to soil conservation, such as bench terraces or channel terraces, is not possible on a small size runoff plot. As a result, the evaluation of soil loss under such treatment is not possible by runoff plot. It is a type of constraint with these types of runoff plot. Others are the hydrological effect of channel terraces cannot be produced on runoff plots because the mechanism of runoff is completely different. Similarly, the study on effect of contour farming on soil loss is also not possible with the runoff plot. Okay, so these are the some problems which are associated with runoff plot. Here in this topic we have seen what is the runoff plots that are used in the measurement of soil loss or soil erosion principle. What are the different types of runoff plot? Here we have seen three types of runoff plot: runoff plot with natural rainfall, runoff plot with artificial rainfall facility, and third one, the bounded or unbounded runoff plot. Okay, these are the types. Now the plot size. So there are three categories of the plot size. One is the micro plot, other one is the a smaller scale plot, and third one is the large scale plot. Okay, so here we have seen these types of plots. Also, we have seen the collecting unit because all the runoff or sediment will be collected at some point. So that point is the collecting unit. Okay, so what should be the size of the collecting unit? So we have studied about this. And also we have seen the site selection. What are the different points which we should consider during the selection of the site for construction of runoff plot? Okay, at everywhere we can't construct the runoff plot. There is some specific site. So these are the some points which you should consider during the selection of the site for construction of runoff plots. Okay. Now these are the steps to construct the runoff plot. Now some instrumentation, some devices which are required to accomplish the task related to the runoff plot studies. Okay. So why we are using the runoff plot? To measure the soil loss. Okay. So when the soil loss will be there, if there will be rainfall. Okay. So how you can create the rainfall? How you can create rainfall artificially? By the use of some device. So that device is simulator. Rainfall simulator is there. So rainfall simulator is situated above the runoff plot. Okay? And from the rainfall simulator, rain, there will be rain on that plot, and due to this rain, the soil erosion will take place with from that runoff plots. Okay, that rainfall you can adjust. Means you can adjust the you can create the heavy rainfall, you can create the light rainfall also with this rainfall simulator. It is in your hand. It is not in nature. It is in your hand. You can create the low intensity rainfall, you can create the medium intensity rainfall, or you can create the heavy rainfall. Okay, and what are the effects of these different intensity of rainfall on the soil? You can study. You can research on this. So this is the instrumentation. One device is there, rainfall simulator. Second is a multi-slot divider. So this is the instrument which is constructed near the collecting unit. Okay, and this multi-slot divisor is used to calculate the soil loss. How much soil is lost from that plot. So you can calculate with the help of this multi-slot divisor. Similarly, the flumes is also there. So multi-slot divisor and flumes, both the function of both device is the same. Okay. Basically, the multi-slot divisor is used for the sediment collection, and flumes are used to know the runoff water. So these are the instrumentation which are required during to accomplish the task related to the runoff flood studies. Okay. Also, we have seen the care and maintenance of the runoff flood. Okay. At each time, we have to maintain the runoff flood. And also the problem with runoff flood. What are the different problems comes with this runoff flood we have seen here.